Hey, all on the live stream. So I thought I'd do a little something different tonight and actually stream my recording of an ambient guitar meditation. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. It could be total crap, but we're going to give it a go. The tape is rolling. I have my E-bow. I have my pick. I have my guitar. I have effects on the floor. I'm using Ditto X4 looper, the New Neighbor Inspire, really cool new chorus, the Strymon Dig, and the Immerse. And so let's see what happens. Okay, by the way, I cannot see the stream. Actually, I should probably pull it up on YouTube. Hang on a sec here. Let's see if I can actually see what's going on. Hey, there we go. All right, I can see the stream now, and but that's it. Okay, I'm not going to be able to answer questions or anything like that. So I apologize in advance for that. So I'm just going to start playing. I'm going to start with a low drone, and you can see I've got the capo here on the first fret. I've got a partial capo on the third fret, so I'm going to be actually playing in the key of C. All right. Also, the sound's going to be crap because this is my iPhone, but let's give it a go. Here we go. I'm going to record a silent loop, and I'm going to bring in a drone. Here we go. sloppy, but I'm going to listen to the recording and see if I can kind of edit that a little bit to kind of turn it into something. I'm going to move my iPhone to see if I can check out any questions or comments, okay? So it's going to look kind of weird here. Let me move this over a little bit. I have no idea how many people are on. Doesn't really matter. I don't think. Let's see, what do we have here? Hey, Mike86. 3 a.m. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty late. I used to stay up till 3 a.m., but I don't do that anymore. Once my beard started getting gray, you know, I had to kind of dial it back a little bit. Let's see. Oh, Ethan's from Mexico. Hey, Ethan. Garrett, listening to the Moody Blues. That's awesome. All right. So I think what I'm going to do. Oh, hey, I don't know how to pronounce your name. Last name Silva, so I apologize. Totally apologize. No, it's not line 6. So what I use is the Avid 11 rack, and that's the amp modeling unit. It's sitting in my rack behind, you know, you can't see it, but it kind of functions like a line 6 modeler. And then I've got an effects loop with all the effects in it. Let's see here. 480 seems to be fine. Oh, cool. So that's great. Sounds like you were able to hear it. So cool. I don't know. If you guys are into it, maybe I'll do one more. I think I've got a little bit more time left on the camera, my main camera, before I run out. Yeah, I've got a few more minutes. So I'm going to back up here and try one other version of that. And we'll see what that's like. And we'll kind of go from there. So I'm going to move the camera back around, the iPhone camera, and see if I can get it set. What's my source of inspiration for composing ambient soundscapes? Let me answer that one before I start playing one. That is a really great question. So inspiration, I don't know about you guys, but I have music running around in my head pretty much 24/7. So I have little melodies, little phrases, just kind of running around. But in addition to that, some of my major sources of inspiration are old, dead poets. I read a lot of poetry. I love poetry. I'm also a religious person. I read the Old and New Testament, the Christian, well, the Jewish/Christian Old Testament and the New Testament. I get a lot of inspiration from that. Old hymn tunes, not the words, just the old tunes are so beautiful. So a lot of traditional melodies, Celtic music, old school progressive rock. There's a lot of things that provide me inspiration. And then I should also mention I love to go hiking in the mountains near my house, and I always find inspiration doing that. All right. What is in my mind when I play? What's in my mind usually is don't screw up. Don't screw up. So let's give her another go here. I'm going to go ahead and play in the same key, which is, again, the key of C. So low C on this baritone. And again, we'll see what we come up with. I'm going to create a blank loop and then begin playing over top of it. And it looks like my camera's a little lower than it was. Let me see if I can fix that. Maybe not. Okay, so you may not be able to see my head too well. Oh well. My mother always said my brother was the handsome one, so you don't need to see my face, right? All right, here we go. By the way, I love my mother. She's awesome. So I'm going to create a blank loop here, and then I'm going to start playing. So I didn't get much. Oh, daggone it. I didn't have this looper set right. Okay, let me try it again. Here we go. Blank loop. Now we'll start. let that record for a while on the drone. When you guys record, you just let the drones go too, right? I know I do. I've got some drones that you haven't heard that are like hours long. It's pretty cool. Let me check out what's going on here with comments. Smoky Mountains, cool. Church of the Old Holy MHO. I don't know how to say that, but cool. Oh yeah, shape note singing. That is awesome. If you guys and gals are not familiar with shape note, the sacred harp singing, you got to check it out. Some of the melodies those groups do are just haunting. Let's see, not too disruptive. Chopping connection. Yeah, I have a really crappy internet connection, so I apologize. I'm actually working on getting that upgraded for 2018. I live in a rural area and I don't have a lot of options here, but I did find one option that's going to cost me a little bit of dough, so I've got to save up some money for it. But hopefully I'll get that improved. Let's see what else is going on. Source of inspiration. Yeah. Okay. What would be some good pedals for people new to ambient soundscapes? For people new, so you probably want to be somewhat budget conscious, which I totally get and makes total sense. I personally really like, hang on, that drone's getting a little annoying now. I really like the TC Electronic pedals, and I really do. I mean, I feature them a lot on the channel, and to be honest, I think those of you who may have watched several of the videos know that I have gotten some pedals from TC Electronic, right? So they don't pay me. It's not like a paid promotional, but they have sent me some pedals. But the reality is I really like their pedals, and a lot of their pedals are really moderately priced. Now, I'm not saying there aren't better pedals out there, although the looper I'm using is the Ditto X4, and I love that looper. And I also am totally in love with the flashback triple delay. So that's a really long rambling answer, but I would suggest checking out some of the TC Electronic pedals. You'll obviously want to get delay and a reverb, all that good stuff. Let's see. When did I get the Big Sky from Strymon? I got that maybe about a month ago or so. And by the way, Strymon didn't send that to me. I purchased it, right? So I paid money for that. And I've featured it on several videos, and it's going to be featured, kind of ongoing. I really like the Big Sky. There's a lot of great sounds in it. Let's see here. What else do we have? Yeah, so Jake from Twitch stream, Ditto X2. That's a great looper. I do like the X4 better just because it has the two looper units, kind of two looper channels, if you will, in one. But the X2 is a really fine, simple looper, and it sounds awesome. So, Ocean Machine, Luca Calderone. Luca, I'm totally sorry if I butchered the pronunciation of your name. So, the Ocean Machine is a really great pedal. It is actually sitting on my messy floor here, so it's not plugged in right now. I wasn't using it tonight. But, for the price and for what you get, I think it's a really good value. And the more audio pedals have been, to my mind, have been kind of spotty. They are inexpensive pedals, the small form factor pedals. I'm not sure if I got one hanging around here. But this one is definitely a notch up for more audio. And if you haven't checked out some of the other videos, I've got a bunch of videos with the Ocean Machine. So, okay. How does your looper compare to a Boss RC3? To be quite honest, I don't know. I've never used an RC3. So I can't say. And I got to be totally honest with you all, I am not a looping expert. So I use loopers, but as far as building very complex looped songs, I don't really do that. So my looping needs are actually pretty simple. I'm usually looking for a Frippertronics type of effect. 277s, yeah, oh yeah. If you've watched the videos here, you know I'm a big fan of the 277. I've got one solid body, and then I've got two semi-hollow bodies, and I bought all of these. So PRS didn't send me any of these. I'm trying to get them to send me some guitars, but it hasn't worked yet. Maybe it will at some point. But these are really great value baritones for the price. It's certainly compared to the American-made PRS guitars. So love them both, both the solid body and the hollow, semi-hollow. I think I do prefer the semi-hollow more because I really like the unique sound of the P90s. What got me into, okay, so let me see if I can go through these here. What got me into using baritone guitars? Well, probably about 12 years ago, I started hearing some baritone playing, and it really intrigued me. And this was acoustic baritones, so I bought a Tacoma Thunderhawk acoustic baritone, and that's what got me into baritone playing, and then expanded into electric baritones. So I'm pretty much addicted at this point. I'm sure I'll buy some more standard guitars, but I've got my eye on some other baritones. I would really love to get a Loudon acoustic baritone, which is extremely expensive. So I'm trying to figure out how to get money saved up for that. That's going to be a long-term project to get the funding together to buy that. But I love baritone guitars. Amp. I don't generally use an amp. I do have 3 or 4 guitar amplifiers. I don't really have any standard amplifiers anymore. I've got a Crate Power Block that I bought a long time ago that's actually pretty cool, and it works really well with pedals. It doesn't have a lot of personality, but for ambient playing, it works really well. And you can run in stereo. So if you have, for example, 2 1x12 cabinets, you can run it in stereo. I also have 2 very small custom tube amps that a guy built for me that sound great. But for all the stuff you hear on YouTube, it's all the Avid 11 rack amp modeling unit. Well, hey Bill, how you doing? So you just got the Line 6 Helix? That is awesome. I am totally jealous. I've been thinking about the Helix for quite some time. Maybe someday. Yeah, maybe someday. We'll see. Will I always stick to 6 strings? Maybe not. I am intrigued by 7 or 8 string guitars. In terms of budget, it's not really on the radar right now. If a company came up to me and say, hey, Bill, we'd like to give you a guitar to try out or cut you a deal or something like that, that might be cool, but we'll see how that goes. But definitely interested at some point in the future. Big Sky and the Timeline together. Yeah, if you look on the channel, you'll see a couple of videos where I combine the Big Sky and the Timeline together. They work really well. And I'm definitely looking forward to working with them more, and maybe even using MIDI control to kind of control them both together. We'll see. Okay. I think that I get through everything here. Sorry for going off screen here. Yep. All right, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off now. I really appreciate everybody kind of hanging out. Oh, okay, so let me answer George's question. What got me into ambient music? So, as you can tell from my beard, I've been around the block a few times. Back in the 70s and 80s into about 91 or so, I played in an old school progressive rock band. So, and actually my interest in ambient music goes even further back than that, to my high school days. I was a music theory fanatic, and I was really into classical music, and I loved in particular Charles Ives. I still do, and his piece Three Places in New England has some very ambient types of, it's almost a soundscape. In particular, the movement called the Housatonic at Stockbridge. And that really impressed me a lot. And it led me into some other classical players, and then into, again, old school progressive rock. So that would be old school Genesis with Peter Gabriel from the early 70s, Gentle Giant, National Health, King Crimson, all those guys. And that kind of led into the use of a lot of delay and reverb. Also, Brian Eno, obviously big influence in terms of his real ambient music for airports, those types of things. Thoughts on orchestral and ambient sounds mixed? Yes, that's awesome, right? So orchestral and ambient sounds mixed, great combination. Hey, is it Bogi from Indonesia? Greetings, and thank you so much for listening and being interested. All right, so I think, again, I'm going to go ahead and sign off, because what I need to do now, after I sign off, is I'm going to take what I recorded, listen to it. I'm going to look at the video I shot with my regular camera, see if it's usable, and hopefully this will be appearing maybe Monday on the YouTube channel. All right, y'all have a great rest of the evening. I'm going to try to figure out how to turn this stream off. Thank you again so much for watching, for being interested, for all the great questions. And for those of you who are players, keep playing, because ambient is awesome. See ya.